Shalom, shalom. Shalom. All right, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakha Kodesh. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Okay, and as you can see in the title, no words can describe it. And what I'm referring to here is, as a matter of fact, I'll get a quick precept for that. Okay, but ultimately referring to the reward that is to come for the servants of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, for those that ultimately endure unto the end. Okay, let's see. All right, now this is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 9. And it says, "But as it is written, eye hath not seen, nor ear heard, neither hath it entered into the heart of man the things which the Most High hath prepared for them that love him." Okay, so as I mentioned, or as the title says, no words can describe it. Now, an example is Paul. All right, the Apostle Paul. You know, we all read about the diligence, you know, and the fervence that he had for this for the truth, and the amount of work he put in. Okay, but there's also an account of him being put to death. I believe he was stoned to death, and when he died, of course, he went to the spirit world, but the Most High sent him back, pretty, like, you know, put the spirit back in him, you know. But there's an account where he you know, he describes his experience, and what he says is that it was not lawful to utter, all right, to even describe what he saw in the spirit world, because there were no words that he could use to explain what he saw. The way we explain things usually to people is by comparing them. That's why we have metaphors, and that's why we have similes, you know, because when you're explaining something to somebody, you usually use the word like, especially if it's something they haven't seen before. What you end up doing is taking something that they know and trying to use that to describe or explain what you're telling them. So you may see something and say, "Oh, it had this on it, it has this on it," and you're using concepts that we are all used to explain it, right? It was circular, you know, it was red. These are things that people know. It was red, it was circular, you know, it almost looked like a car, but with no wheels. You know, you're is like you're explaining. But in a situation like that, there's nothing. Imagine seeing a color that you've never seen before, a color that on Earth you've never seen before. So in people's minds, it doesn't exist. You see that, just one thing, you see a color. How do you come back and describe it to somebody? There's nothing you can compare it to. You can't, unless you can share your memory, there's no way to actually explain or paint the image of what you actually saw. Now, as we read here in 1 Corinthians 2 and 9, it says, but as it is written, eye hath not seen. So all the things that have taken place since the earth was created, no eyes have seen anything that is like what's going to be in the kingdom. Nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man. The heart of man is your mind, your thoughts, your imagination, the things which the Most High hath prepared for them that love him. Okay, so and ultimately, what are the things that the Most High has prepared for them that love him? It ultimately is the kingdom. So Even your furthest, wildest, craziest imaginations do not compare, okay, to what the Lord has actually prepared for his elect. And it starts with what? Immortality. Because the elect's salvation out of here and into the transition into the next world starts with salvation. It starts with immortality. Our salvation really is immortality. Okay, because then we're never gonna die anymore. That's right. This is the brother Gabar Adama, John 14 and 3. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also. So the Lord said it, that he goes to prepare a place for us. And the Lord is about heavenly things. We're so used to the defiled state and the basest way of doing things that we actually need to be changed in order for us to inherit the kingdom, because that's something immortal. And as Paul said, flesh and blood cannot inherit pretty much the kingdom. The kingdom is designed where only the minds on that level, the level of what the Lord is going to change our minds to, are going to be able to handle it. That's why our bodies, our mind, everything is going to be changed. Because this is a totally new world, a new age. Everything is going to be new. The way we dress, the things we eat, the way we think, the morality, everything is going to be different. And it's going to be pure, and it's going to be righteous, and it's going to be clean. You know, this place is very, very filthy. In this age, in this world, everything is dirt. You know, it's filthy. It's broken. It's used up. You can't get anything new. You want a car, used car. House, already lived in. You know, you can't get anything new. Okay? Because this world is at its end. And we're tired of the crap that you got to deal with in this society. It's so bad now that you even if you just want to be left alone, that's a problem. You know, that's a problem. The earth, it's in its lowest conditions. You got volcanoes erupting left and right. You have, left and right. You got volcanoes erupting. You have earthquakes, okay, hitting left and right. You have the weather being out of course. And all this because those that the earth is given into in their hand right now, they are destroying the earth. And through destroying the earth, that's affecting the food. That's affecting the people. Okay? These rulers want to literally enslave everybody on the planet Earth. That's no way to rule. But when our kingdom starts, it's going to be joy. It's going to be things that you can't imagine. Literally, as we just read. Okay? We're not going to have a doubt, a worry, fear, none of that. In fact, it's going to take some getting used to. Because we're going to transition from this place to something that the world has never seen before. And on top of that, in a kingdom that surpasses anything, I mean, you'd be happy to just even be in a world like that, let alone be on top in a world like that. Okay, imagine ruling a kingdom of perfection, and you're one of the rulers in that kingdom. Okay, or you're one of the upper echelon, the top tiers in that kingdom. The kingdom of heaven that everybody talks about. Okay? Right now, people don't, the world doesn't respect us. All right? They look at us like we're just a bunch of, crazy people and we're wasting our lives and so on and so forth. Okay? But when that time comes, everybody, even the people here that said all the things, scoffed, did all that, hey, they didn't believe you, whatever the case may be, guess what? They're all going to come back in the kingdom. And they're going to have to acknowledge who you are. They're going to have to acknowledge, first and foremost, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, but whatever position he puts you in, they're going to have to reverence you. Okay? And though they may, we went to high school together. I cut your hair. I was your barber. All of that. It's going to be that, that's Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. How is he numbered among the children of God? Mike? What? You mean Mike? What? Oh, Mike is a what now? You know, the Lord has a great reward coming. But let's start off here in the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7, starting at 43. It says, "But the day of doom shall be the end of this time." And we're hasting onto that day of doom. Because this place is doom. So the doom of doom is paradise. If you doom a place that is doomed, then you are bringing in paradise. All right. If you are destroying a destructive place, you're going to bring peace. So it says, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time, because pursuant to 2nd Ezra 6 and 9, Esau being the end of the world, and Jacob being the beginning of it that followeth, the parting asunder of the times is going to be the day of doom. When all hell is breaking loose and the thermonuclear missiles are flying, and the Lord sends his chariots, okay, to deliver his elect, and even that experience alone is gonna be marvelous. You getting beamed up 1 second, you're standing on the earth, you're seeing just the sky full of chariots and missiles flying around, and then in the twinkling of an eye, as Paul said, in a split second, you're standing in a chariot in a new body. You know, you're looking at things from a different perspective now, just like quick like that. Okay, and so in the day of doom, these things are going to be happening, and the laser beams are going to be destroying this place. And once Yahushua comes back with the angels, it's a takeover. It's a takeover, and we will take over the whole world. It'll literally be like the nightmare of this world when they think of an alien invasion. But usually, I'm not going to say all the time, but usually in their movies, they fight the aliens. They either drive the aliens off, the aliens retreat and come back another time, or the movie just ends. But they don't really fully go into the part where the aliens stay and take over everything and put them under subjection. Usually, because I'm sure there's a few shows and movies that actually do. Or even if the movie's about is getting to the end, and the aliens or the foreigners or the invaders start to take over things, that's when the movie ends. That's really when our story begins. This, like I always say, this is like the prologue to our story. The true story begin. The kingdom is not the end; it's the beginning. All right, it's the beginning of an everlasting age. We have a lot. We have a lot to actually do if you think about it. Number one, right? We don't even know the fullness of what human life is. We don't even know the fullness of what the planet Earth is. We don't even understand the fullness of the things on the earth, on land, let alone the waters, let alone the whole planet, let alone another planet, then the galaxy. So and that's why the Lord is going to make us immortal, because we're going to need infinity to even put a dent in the things which the Lord has for us. Because we've seen but a grain of the Lord's imagination. And the Lord is infinite. Oh, man. He's infinite. So infinity is not going to be enough time for us to discover the fullness of the glory that the Lord is gonna bestow to reality through the kingdom of heaven. Okay? And the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past. So the corruption and the things of this world are going to be old. They're going to be passed away. Okay? And the kingdom is going to be the beginning of what? Immortality for to come. So we know that it's coming. And ultimately, all Israel is going to be immortal. And it says, wherein corruption is past. So the things that you see here, the fights, the drama, the curses, the baby mama drama, the curses, the chemtrails, the getting gunned down, the slavery for our people, you know, our people are strung up on drugs, and all of these things is going to be no more. That's all that, the corruptness, the vile, the stupid ass, loud ass ambulances, okay, that are constantly playing, you know, that loud sirens, all these things, man. People getting gunned down, shootouts, gangs, and all these things. No more. All those corrupt things are past. All right, these false religions, these idols, all of these things are going to be past. Verse 44, intemperance is at an end. Infidelity is cut off. It ain't going to be no, I don't believe in the kingdom. We're going to make everybody a believer. Because everybody is gonna conform and follow the laws and the instructions that are gonna be laid out by Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai through us, okay, which we're not gonna need the physical scriptures for it because it's gonna be within us. Okay. It says righteousness is grown and truth is sprung up. Then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed, nor to oppress him that hath gotten the victory. Revelation 15:2. Nobody's going to be able to oppress the elect because the Lord is actually going to turn the elect into powers. All right. Psalms 82:6. I have said ye are gods. That never stopped. That never changed. The Lord has put it within our spirit to be gods. We have the spirit of gods, but we're trapped in mortal bodies now. As it says in the book of Jude, these chains of darkness, that represents this flesh, these bodies that we're in. And because of this, we're like Hancock when he lost his powers. And we're in the scene, for those who have watched the movie Hancock, we're in the scene where as he's separating from the woman, and he keeps jumping and he keeps trying to fly, and as you see, the further he gets and each step he takes, he's able to, you know, jump higher and higher and higher up until he finally jumps and he's out and he's able to fly. That's every time we get further and further away from the world and we draw closer to the truth, that's what happens to us. Okay, we're starting to get our power back. And it's gonna keep increasing to the point where the Lord is gonna bless us, and ultimately he's gonna change us. Okay, he's gonna change us. Look, when Moses went up to the mountain and he was there for 40 days, and the Lord, you know, blessed him with the commandments and the information and the revelations, it says that when he came down, his face was shining to where they had to put a veil. And Moses was a man in the flesh. Okay, but just being in the presence of the Lord alone for just 40 days, look, he was shining, he was glowing. So what do you think is going to happen when the Lord actually turns us into gods? We're not just going to be changed, we're going to be upgraded. We're going to ascend. We're going to go higher than high. Because the Son of God, all right, the Son of the Most High, Yahushai, is not coming down in anything less than perfection. And we know, pursuant to the scriptures in the book of John, I believe 1 John, that we don't know what we're going to look like, but we know that when we see Yahushai, we're going to be like him. And we know that he's going to be the epitome. Salaki, he's going to be the epitome of perfection. So that's what we're going to be. We're going to be the epitome of perfection because we're going to be like the perfect man himself. Okay? And that's going to come with the physical, but also everything else that comes with it. We're going to actually have authority. We're going to be sovereign. All the things that Jake want, but, you know, through hardships, they take the wrong route to try and achieve it. We're going to get all that the right way. We're going to need to fly without jetpacks and airplanes and all these mechanisms. We're not going to need whatever the air supply going underwater. We're going to be able to breathe underwater. We're going to be able to breathe in space. You want to go fly out into the atmosphere and just look at the earth, you can do it. You want to run at the speed of however the speed of whatever, you can do it. Whatever you want. we're going to be gods. We're not going to have limitations. Yeah, the water, breathing apparatus. We're not going to have any of that. So the Lord is going to bless us the right way. Because here it is, you got these equipment, and if something malfunctions and your ass is through. You know, your dumb ass is in a cage in the middle of the ocean, underwater, and there's a shark swimming around you. Really? You think that's the smartest thing to do? There's a big ass shark swimming around you and you're in a cage. No, 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 no. And that's not gonna harm us. We're gonna be able to communicate with animals. Okay, be able to know what the animals are thinking, be able to talk to the animals and control them. The animals, as a matter of fact, are not gonna be killing, okay, in terms of carnivores. Because it tells you that in the book of Isaiah, the 11th chapter, and the elder apostle Ramlab was doing a stream a couple of days ago, and he basically went into it how in the ancient world, the animals didn't eat meat at first. They ate straw and you know, they were herbivores, just like man. Man was not carnivorous. We didn't eat meat. It wasn't until the Lord sanctioned it. See, so in the kingdom, when things go back to the way they are, now we will still eat meat because certain, like the Passover itself, you still got to eat meat, you know. But the animals, they're not gonna, you know, the scriptures say, I'm gonna pull it up, that they're gonna, the lion and the lamb, you know, and the ox are gonna dwell together. Today's day and age, you don't do that unless you want that ox or that lamb torn to shreds. Now, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 65, verse 21. And they shall build houses and inhabit them. They shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them. We're finally gonna be at peace without worrying about ever going down or ever going into captivity again. Okay? People are overprotective today because they know that anything can happen. You take your eyes off your child for half a second, and they you know, they step a couple of steps away, your heart is already jumping because you don't know what could you know, so many things could happen. You got a lot of sickos out here who, the second you turn away, they just grab up your child and boom, gone. You're never gonna see your child again because you looked away for half a second. Something happened and you looked away for half a second. Okay. Or, you know, you may be in a certain area and just you know, things are just dangerous. Okay, there's an uncertainty. The valley of the shadow of death. See, so people are very cautious and overprotective, but in the kingdom, we're going to be lax. We're going to be relaxed. You're not so uptight, not stressed. You know, right now, we don't really smile. You don't really see, you know, brothers always laughing and giggling and smiling, you know, even in our daily lives for the most part. But in the kingdom, what reason wouldn't we have to be joyous? What reason wouldn't we have to be joyous? Even these heathens in slavery, you know, they're going to love it. Why? Because they'd rather serve slavery in the kingdom than live regular lives here, because this place is hell. Would you rather be a slave in heaven or a king in hell? You know, if I'm getting my ass whooped, at least this fresh air that I'm breathing, at least the earth looks beautiful. At least whatever food they feed me, it can't be worse than what I had in Babylon. You know, at least the view is nice. I got shackles on me, but shit, I'm picking some good cotton. You know, so it's everything in the kingdom. Even the heathens are gonna appreciate it. Isaiah 65 and 22, they shall not build and another inhabit. They shall, and we've been way too used to that. All these captivities after captivities after captivities, just doing the same thing, going through the same thing, and this time is just worse. It says, they shall not build and another inhabit, meaning we're gonna have our houses. Now we're not gonna physically build it. We're gonna have people to do it for us. That's why you're gonna have servants. Imagine having a servant. No, I'm sorry, having servants, plural. Where you even move your hand to scratch it, and people are, oh yes, my lord, what is it? You know, do you need something? I mean, you're gonna need to get used to that tree. No, I'm just stretching my legs. That's all. Okay. You know, that special treatment. Yeah, we're gonna get that special treatment because we're gonna be special. We're gonna be precious. And people will kill to just even to just know. The scriptures say that one shall be a small one shall become a nation. So you can actually live life without worrying. In this society, man, you are afraid to have a child. Okay, you are afraid to have a kid because it's hell. You gotta watch the woman. You know, you gotta watch the woman you had a kid with before she wilds out and put you in the system, and now you messed up. Okay, then how are you gonna raise this kid? You're a slave. You're constantly working. Your wife is constantly working. Are you gonna send them to daycare? You don't know what they're doing. You don't know how they're indoctrinating your child. And then worse, when they get to a certain age, they start to, because remember, children are very impressionable. They pick up on things. They soak up things. And everything in this place is defiled. So no matter how hard you try, they go to school, or, you know, they watch TV, or they see some Lil Nas X BS, which is the agenda they're pushing on the kids. Now they're telling you that very soon they're gonna try to force everybody to, you know, to participate, you know, to get V'd up. How do you defend your child from that? You know, so in this society, you know, you afraid to even have that. But the scriptures say that children are supposed to be a joy. But once again, we're in hell. They've turned children into a curse. They've turned children into like a weapon that women can use against men. Okay? Instead of, you know, joy. And even if you do have a child, you can't even really enjoy much time with them. Maternity leave, how long really is that? You know, and if you're a father, what you're gonna take a PTO or vacation or whatever it is, but that's not gonna last long. Why do you have to take a vacation in order to just relax? You're a constant slave. The only way that you get to get a peace of mind, if that, is by going on vacation. And on top of that, where are you gonna go? What are you gonna do? You ain't going nowhere, because everywhere you go, you're gonna hear, oh, do you have your certificate, your proof, your pass? You know, do you have any of that? You don't. So ain't nothing here for us. This space is completely horrible. There's nothing here for us. There's nothing in this world for us. Okay? All right, so let's keep going. It says, Isaiah 65:22, they shall not plant and another eat, for as the days of a tree are the days of my people, and mine elect shall long enjoy the work of their hands. Because the Lord is going to reward. In Revelation, it talks about the Lord coming back to reward every man according as his work shall be. And we know that the Lord coming with a reward is a one-time thing. Okay? One-time thing. He's coming, and you're according to what you have done. That's what he said. According as his work shall be. And there's levels in that. That's why there's the parable about the talents, and about those that, you know, the 10, the 5, the 1, and how they were made, you know, lord over 10 cities and 5 cities, and so on and so forth. So when you think about these things, that's what, you know, motivates you. Hey, let me do another one. Okay, let me do some more. Let me keep pushing even harder. Because I already know that the reward is going to be great, you know. But I want to make sure that I make it. You Lord willing, I can actually get that reward too. So let me put in as much work as I can. And I always say this: you would rather, you know, be able to say at least, you know, I don't know, right? And I hope you have mercy on me, Lord. But I did everything that I could. Okay, and then it's up to the Lord whether he finds it, you know, enough, whether he finds you worthy, whether he has mercy on you or not. You don't want to leave it up to you knowing that you could have done more, but you didn't. Because then you have more working against you. Okay. Verse 23, it says, they shall not labor in vain. See, so the work we're not doing. As a matter of fact, let's go to the book of Hebrews. What's that? Hebrews 6 and 10. And it says, for the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have shewed toward his name, in that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister. So that's what we're doing. We've ministered, we've taught, we've, done the work of the Lord, and we still do it. And the Lord is not going to forget that. That's why it says that his elect is going to long enjoy the work of their hands, because they are the ones that remain obedient and serve the Lord and fulfilled his will. And so happily, he's going to reward his elect. This is the book of Galatians chapter 6, verse 9. It says, and let us not be weary in well-doing. And what's an example of well-doing? Being instant, in season, out of season. Doing what the Lord commanded you. That's an example of a well-doing. Don't be weary in well-doing. Okay? Don't grow tired and fatigued and, trying to do something else in well-doing. Why? For in due season we shall reap if we faint not. So when the time of the reward comes, we're going to reap. We're going to benefit if we faint not. Okay, if you fall out, your reward goes. You're that special. You're going to get the default, the commonwealth of being an Israelite, the things that come with that package. But whatever individual reward that the Lord might have had for you, you're not going to obtain that because you fell out. That it goes with you. You're not going to be able to reap it in due season because you fainted. But others, just because you don't receive it doesn't mean others won't. Okay, others are going to receive it. And it's going to hurt to know that you were so close and that you were in the race and that you fell out the race. Okay. So let's go back to Isaiah 65 and 24. And it shall come to pass, Salakia, verse 23. They shall not labor in vain, nor bring forth for trouble, for they are the seed of the blessed of the Lord, and their offspring with them. Okay, we are the seed of the blessed of the Lord. So we're going to have servants, because that's what it means to be truly blessed, to have slaves and servants, and we're going to have that. Okay, we're not going to be working for anybody. They're going to be working for us. Keeping the peace and governing the people is going to be us. That's what we were created to do. And we're going to do it. We're going to do it perfectly. Why? Because we're going to be perfect. We're going to be a perfect people. And quite frankly, in society today, we don't know what perfection looks like or feels like. What we see is just constant violence. And I mean, especially now, all you hear is just negative news every day. You know, Biden went and did this. This guy went and did this. They're saying this. So you can't do this. This guy did this. He raped her. He accused her. He, you know what I'm saying? He committed adultery here. He murdered here. Everything is just, you know, France says they're upset at the U.S. There's tension rising here. China's saying this. North Korea's testing some new stuff. It's just either wars, famines, pestilence, chaos, uproars of the people. There's something going on, which is beautiful because it's prophecy. But the reason it's beautiful is because once these prophecies come to pass, then the other prophecies can come to pass, the things that are going to follow this. Now it says, verse 24, and it shall come to pass that before they call, are you hearing this? Before they call, I will answer. And while they are yet speaking, I will hear. So before you call, the Lord is going to answer. Sometimes now it feels like you call and call and call, and whatever it is you're calling for, it's not coming in. Which the Lord could say no, or he's just having you be patient. But as it says here, before we call and while we're speaking, the Lord is going to hear us. Okay. Let's see. Verse 25: the wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the loin shall, there you go. See, the wolf and the lamb shall feed together. Okay. Now, lamb don't eat animals. Wolves do. So how would the wolf and the lamb feed together except they both eat the same thing? Well, it says, and the lion shall eat straw like the bullock. See? And the dust shall be the serpent's meat. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, saith the Lord. So we're not going to be getting bitten by snakes, attacked by tigers and lions and, all of these things. No, they're going to be at peace with us. We're going to be able to command them, control them. Your child is, you just get separated from your child or whatever the case is. You send a lion, go, go find my son. Okay. The next thing you know, you got your child, on his way home. The lion is walking and your child is just on the lion's neck, on his mane or whatever, and they're just carrying him home. All right, we're not going to be losing our minds. You're going to have kids playing, because the scriptures talk about the foundation, how it's going to be of clear gold, So, I mean, it's going to be one hell of a kingdom, man. Okay. Now, this is the book of Isaiah. Let's see, because I just read this. This is Isaiah chapter 11, verse 6. It says, the wolf also shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid, and the calf and the young lion and the fatling together, and the cattle, and the little child shall lead them. You hear that? The little child shall lead them. Okay, the wolf and the lamb and all of this. Now, when you watch some like Animal Planet, it's constantly a battle in the animal kingdom, because as one loses, another gains. You may see a lion, right? A lion or a lioness that looks like it's about to die because it hasn't eaten in so long and is looking for something to eat. And then they might cover the story, of you just one lion or lioness, and they're struggling and struggling and struggling. They're getting weak, and you like, damn, man, you gonna get some food? And then they finally get some food. Come to find out that the food that they're getting is like a baby roe. It's a baby roe. So now you want the lion to get fed, but when you see that, now the mother of the roe just lost their child. So it's always a win-lose, but as we just read here, you're not going to have that. Okay? It's going to be peace. It's going to be harmony. It's going to be like a scene out of The Lion King. Okay? It's just much better. All right? It says, and the cow and the bear shall feed, their young ones shall lie down together, and the lion shall eat straw like the ox. And that's going to be a sight to see. A lion that's not hostile. That's crazy, man. It says, and the sucking child shall play on the hole of the asp, and the weaned child shall put his hand on the cockatrice den. So they're going to be playing with these snakes and these serpents, and it's not going to harm them. All right? It's not going to harm them. Verse 9, it says, they shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, for the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord as the waters cover the sea. And the knowledge of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai is a beautiful thing. And the whole earth is going to be filled with it. We're not going to hear scoffing. We're not going to deal with scoffers. We're not going to deal with people who saying, I believe this. No, I believe this. No, this is the truth. No, this is the truth. No, everybody's going to know that the truth is this truth. Everybody's going to know that the name of the Lord is Yahweh and his son's name is Yahushai. There's not going to be a debate about it. Okay? And that's a beautiful thing. Because in today's day, there's too much confusion. There's too many people feeling entitled, and emboldened to do the wrong shit. Here, they promote wickedness like never before. Anybody can do whatever the hell they want to do. It's okay to wear a dress. It's okay to wear a skirt. Make it look cool. It's okay to promote all these things, and guess what? We can't do anything about it. We could just sit here and we just gotta tolerate it. We just have to suffer it. But in our kingdom, no. That won't be happening. You try some shit like that, you're done. Okay? It's pretty much over for your ass. Now, this is the book of Isaiah 2:2. It says, and it shall come to pass in the last days, right, that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established at the top, or in the top of the mountains, meaning the government, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow onto it. At verse 3, and many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the power of Jacob. And he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares. So no more war. All right. And their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. So it's going to be a peaceful, the earth is actually going to go back to being a paradise again, with fruits and trees and you know, all of these things. Not the wild, crazy ass concrete and, you know, the half dead trees and all of this vileness that's here. No, no, no. These are going to be a part of the former things that are going to pass away. Okay? And we're going to get to witness these things with our eyes. We're going to get to live. Hey, we're going to wake up singing upon our beds. Imagine how happy you have to be to wake up singing upon your bed, because you're so excited. There's so much you can do. There's going to be no such thing as boredom. You're not going to get bored in the kingdom. You cannot get bored in the kingdom. Now, we're going to have a job to do. Okay, but it's going to be a part of us to judge. It's going to be a part of us to be righteous judges that's not going to feel, you know, like a burden. Because we are, you know, the scriptures do talk about a king, so you have to do the duties of a king. Okay, and a priest. All right, but we understand that, hey, regardless of that all, man, that's why we are hasting on to the coming of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, unto the return of Yahushai, which is very, very close. Just a few more, you know, prophecies. Really just a few main prophecies to take place. And once that happens, we're going to be out of here. It says Revelation 21:17. It says, and he measured the wall thereof. And the 21st chapter, it goes into the foundation. Okay. It says, and he measured the wall thereof 140 cubits, according to the measure of a man is of that angel, or according to the measure of a man that is of the angel. And the building of the wall of it was as jasper, and the city was pure gold, like unto clear glass. That's that good gold. All right, the golden city, New Jerusalem. Can you imagine that? And then the scriptures say that it is the Lord's good pleasure to give us the kingdom. It's going to please the Lord to make us happy. Okay? So Psalms 82:6, I have said year of gods. We're going to see that in full effect. 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, about the mortal putting on the immortality. We're going to get that. Time is not going to be an issue. We're not going to age, you know, in the sense where, oh, shit, I'm getting old, my back is hurting, I'm getting all these gray hairs and wrinkles and all this, that. And no, no, no. We're going to be in our prime, and our women are going to be in their prime. All right, because this is all a part of the blessings the Lord is going to give us. Okay, so this is a part of the reason why we go so hard. It's not because we have nothing better to do. It's because we have a lot to gain and pretty much nothing to lose. So we're fighting to win the race. We're fighting to get this on the first go around. We're fighting because we want to reign with Yahushai 1,000 years. All right, and then some. So pretty much eternity. Okay, we're fighting because we want to win this thing. We want, let me go to the book of Revelation 22. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 22, verse 7. Behold, I come quickly. Blessed is he that keepeth the sayings of the prophecy of this book. So we know what we have to do. We know what we've been instructed to do. But we also know what's going to happen very soon. Okay, let's see. This is Revelation. I'm going to jump down to verse 11, 22 and 11. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. So if you're of the elect, you're going to be of the elect. If you're not, then you're not. Okay, there's nothing that can be done to change you. Verse 12, and behold, I come quickly. Yahushua is coming quickly. And what is he coming to do? And my reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be. So if you have wicked works, you will be destroyed. You will be punished. And if you've been serving the Lord and you endure unto the end, you will be rewarded greatly for serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? Yeah, your comment comes up. We can see your comment. Okay? So the Yahweh Shai said he's coming with a reward according to every man. Okay, according as your work shall be. Okay? So you want to hear, well done, well done, my good and faithful servant. That's what you want to hear. Okay? Because this is how the Lord is going to feel about you. This is how he's been feeling about you. And this is how he's going to feel about you for the rest of eternity. So the kingdom is not something light. It's not something small. And a lot of these people that are teaching these false doctrines and misleading the sheep, you're going to be ranked least in the kingdom. And it may not sound like much now, but in the kingdom, you'll see how that affects you. And you're going to stay in that position, and there's going to be you. Because you're going to know, you know, that you were one of those who in the past life was going off. Okay? You came against the prophets. You claim to be prophets even though you were false prophets. That's going to be a lot, you know, to bear on your conscience, at least for that time period that you will be. Okay, and this is why the Apostle Peter mentioned, giving diligence to make your calling and election sure. Because you don't want to miss out on that. Why do you think we're doing what we're doing with the energy that we're doing it with? Okay, we're doing that because we want that reward. Because we truly believe the words that the Lord spake. And ultimately, we're doing it because we have been commanded to. But the Lord is so gracious and merciful that he's going to reward us for doing what we've been commanded to do. The scriptures say we are unprofitable servants. We're only doing what we're supposed to do. But the Lord is so merciful that he says, I'm going to bless you on top of that. You're doing what you're supposed to do, but I'm going to bless you on top of that. You know, you want women? Here you go. You want mansions? Here you go. What you want a chariot? Here you go. Spiritual power? Here you go. What else? Whatever you want, okay? You're gonna get it, because we're gonna finally be in our rest when we're ruling, and we're gonna rule with with authority, and we're gonna do it the right way. Because why? We're gonna be perfect. Everything about us is gonna be perfect. The way we think is gonna be perfect. Everything we do is going to be perfect. The food we eat is going to be perfect. Okay? Everything is going to be perfect. And that's going to be a very beautiful thing. Okay? So with that in mind, you know, this is all the more reason to keep on pushing as you see what's happening in the world today. Ultimately, it is all leading to the fulfillment of prophecy. Okay? It is all leading to the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai being accomplished, and the Lord sending Yahweh Shai back to come and do damage on this earth and to set things right. Okay? And we, you know, Barakatah Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai are vessels that are being used in this process, all right, of going from this wicked kingdom to, you know, the heavenly kingdom that's to come. And the Yahweh Shai told us to what? Seek the kingdom of God first, and everything else will be added on to you. Whatever you lose here, you will gain 100-fold over there. So your first priority should be seeking the kingdom, and you do that by serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, by staying on fire, okay? By giving the Lord a reason to keep his spirit upon you, and showing him why he should increase you and bless you and keep you and protect you and provide for you and take care of you, all right? Because you took care of his word, you took care of his sheep, you did everything that he commanded you to do. And not only did you do it, you didn't complain, you didn't bicker, you didn't murmur, all right, but you did it with a passionate drive, a fervent spirit. You did it with energy, you did it with joy, you did it with passion. Why? Because it's what the Lord wanted you to do, okay? And you did it without question. And for those that have that spirit and sincerely serve the Lord, you will be rewarded. The Lord sees that. We read it already in the book of Hebrews, that the Lord is not unrighteous as to forget our labor of love, which we have showed towards his name. By standing stiffly for the name of the Lord, by giving up everything in this world for the Lord. All right? And the Lord said, what? I got your back. You know, I'm going to reward you. Don't worry about all these things. All the hell you catch here is temporary. It's not going to last. You know, you can't work. You can't. All of that does not mean it's not going to last, man. This place is on its way out. Either way it goes, whatever sense of normality things we had here are gone. This world is very quickly turning into a dystopian future. Okay, a prison planet. And so one way or another, this place is going. But we know that according to the scriptures, it's going down through prophecy, and ultimately it's going to be melted with thermonuclear fire. Okay, so once again, I'm going to quote what the Apostle Peter said. Give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if you do these things, ye shall never fall. And so if you want that kingdom, you want the blessings, you want it on the first go around, then give your diligence, man. Put in that work. Okay, show Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai why he should have mercy on you. Okay, and show him that you value his word and that you are an obedient servant. All right, so I think I'm gonna end it here. Okay, Lord willing, that was edifying and exhorting unto the elect. We always got to keep in mind, okay, the things that are ahead. You know, we're focused on working and working and working, but every now and then you need that motivation and that push, and then that's when you meditate. That's what meditations are for. That's what the scriptures are for, to keep that fire in you, you know, to keep that fire burning. You know, whenever you feel it getting low, toss some logs up in there and let that fire rise. Okay, because that fire and that drive is going to keep us going. And if you keep that, man, hey, we're going to unlock things that, you know, the same way the Lord is bringing destruction that has never been seen before. Right after, he's about to usher in a kingdom that has never been seen before. Okay, so with that, I hope you were edified. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, B'Hashem, Yahushai, B'Hashem, Rakah Kudash. Until next time, Shalom.